What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Odin coming back with a video, and today is the box office breakdown for the weekend of February 28th to March 1st. And to a very surprising Odin, Invisible Man actually ended up doing very well at the domestic box office and made a little bit of money overseas as well. I just made a video for the main channel, for my main channel, so if you want to check out to see the profitability of Invisible Man more broken down more fully, go check me out over there instead. But that's coming in at number 1 this weekend. It's a Universal monster film being remade for today's audiences, and obviously I think there's some debate to be had about whether or not the film is focusing on certain political elements or whether it is just a fun thriller film. Again, you can agree with me or disagree with me on that point. All I can say, though, is that that film is making money. It only cost $9 million to make. The film is already profitable. It has made $29 million here in the domestic marketplace, coming in at number 2 with another very small drop of 39%. Coming in with $16 million is Sonic the Hedgehog, doing incredibly well there. Call of the Wild coming in here at number 3 with $13.2 million. This film is set to become a massive box office bomb unless the foreign numbers that have yet to come in are something incredibly amazing that no one was ever predicting or ever expecting, which I highly doubt at this point in time. Bad Boys for Life came in right after that at $4.3 million. Birds of Prey, another 40% drop. Lost 441 theaters with $4.1 million coming in. And as you can see, the other films come out the way that they do. So let's talk first about Invisible Man. Invisible Man, as I said, we don't have the official foreign numbers in for this film yet, but based on reports from Deadline, the film has made around $42 million worldwide at this point, which is pretty impressive for a $9 million budget. It means it costs around $13.5 million to both make and also to promote the film. And with that kind of total cost, and you're making $29 million, at least even domestically, you're looking at some profit. I think the film overall made around $16 million already in net gain profit. Anything it makes after today will be completely added to that number. So again, congratulations to congratulations to Universal for finally making a monster movie that people actually want to go see. Call of the Wild, on the other hand, I really think that CGI dog scared some people away. Again, this is 20th Century Studios, so this is officially under the Disney logo. Some might argue that the film started production, before the Disney acquisition. However, Disney definitely knew that this production was going on. Harrison Ford is involved. Harrison Ford obviously has worked with Disney previously with his work on Star Wars. This film is just not doing well domestically. It's not doing well internationally. Really not doing well anywhere. And the film is set to lose around $120 million by the end of its run. Now, I don't have the official, international numbers yet for this weekend because those numbers usually come a little bit slower. But keep an eye out on my website, ombreviews.home.blog, where I do box office tracking. Once I have those official international numbers, I'll update the chart, and then it'll automatically update everything else in all the other categories, showing you what the max number this film is likely to make, what the minimum number this film is likely to make, and of course, the profitability and most likely financial loss that this film is going to have for Disney. Once again, they're taking on the loads that Fox has already spent on a lot of these films, and they're not getting any return on those investments. So I think it's going to be interesting to see how people try and spin this, because even though they did not technically produce this film, when they bought 20th Century Fox, and they bought the 20th Century Fox name, took on any debts and any purchases that they may have had under their label. And it seems right now that they're not making much profit off of those Fox properties. Of course, it'll be probably a few years before they're able to put out their own Disney-fied version of Fox properties. But until then, looks like financial loss for them. Sonic the Hedgehog, though, is on the way to profitability here. It's made $224 million worldwide. This is not including any updated international numbers. My prediction is that the film will be around $250 million by the end of this weekend, which will have made the film reach profitability in just a few weeks. So very, very awesome for this film. Again, I was not a big fan of it. A lot of you were. And if you were a fan of the Sonic franchise and want to see more films like this, and of course, if you want to, for like me, when I went to go see it, I wanted to try and say, hey, Jeff Fowler, thank you for listening to fans and showing Hollywood that you can have a film that was set to be a big box office bomb end up becoming a box office success. So the film is already continuing to make money, coming in this weekend, coming in at the number 2 spot, bouncing down from number 1, still making a lot of money even after 3 weeks. This film is set to make a pretty decent amount of of change, especially if they have a delayed release in China. Because remember, this is without a China release. That if the coronavirus is ending up being fixed at some point or is lessened to some extent, and they are able to have theatrical releases again in China, which they've shut down about 70,000 theaters or so there in that region, then I think Sonic could definitely add even more money to its international sales. But we'll have to wait and see if that will happen. And Birds of Prey continues to make very little money overall. As you can see, the number has updated there again, so it looks like we can add that to my little handy dandy chart. So let's see, Birds of Prey, I have it saying that the film is expected to either make max $26 million, lose $23 million, or the average range is make about $1 million in net gain, net profit. So let's go ahead and update this section live so that way y'all can see how this all works out. Boom. Right now it's sitting at negative $32 million. That is, of course, taking this number here, realizing the studio only gets about 60% of that $188 million. You then have to subtract the $145 million that they spent on both production and marketing for the film, and you have their negative $32 million. So looking like this film is probably going to fall closer to the negative territory, though maybe not exactly negative 23 million, as it does continue to make at least a few million every single weekend. It looks like the name change, though, did not have a major impact on that film. It did not have a terrible drop off, 47, or rather, let's see, for Birds of Prey, a 40% drop overall, which is not terrible to be for its fourth week, but the film really isn't resonating with a whole lot of people, so it's really not that surprising to see that film where it is. But anyway, these are all the movies that I have to talk about. So what are your thoughts? Have you seen Invisible Man? Do you think it's political at all in its motivations for focusing on the female character and not on the actual Invisible Man? And also the fact that she is in an abusive relationship. Is that a commentary on #MeToo? Or do you think that I'm just overlooking that? Again, that's just me basing it off of the trailer and the marketing for the film. If you've seen it, let me know if you think there's anything there to it. Also, Call of the Wild. Are you surprised that the film is losing money? Again, I'm not really that surprised because the CGI animal dog just really didn't look very good. What I am surprised by is that Disney's machine is behind this film and that they were not able to get this film to the level of profitability. One could argue that because of many theaters overseas being closed because of the coronavirus, that might be their reasoning as to why, and I'm sure that's going to be the excuse that a lot of people are going to start using as to why these films aren't doing as well in the foreign marketplace and why they're not doing over well financially. But we'll have to wait and see if any of those get late releases to make up for these facts. And also Sonic the Hedgehog. Again, it's about right at the point of profitability. Again, we'll have to wait and see what this number ends up being once those foreign totals actually end up being added to it. And of course, you can follow that over on my website and of course over on the main channel of Odin's Movie Blog as well. Anyway, thank you all for watching this video. Please make sure you smash the like button, hit that subscribe as well. You're all amazing, beautiful people. I will see you all in the comment section below. Have a wonderful day, and as always, God bless.